What is going on, everybody? Darrell, the Whiskey Saint, back on another Wednesday. And we're going to get back into some blinds. It's been a bit. Got a blind coming up a little later today that you guys are going to see on the channel. So what better way to do it than to start blind over here with you guys? You know, pull something out of this box, see if I can maybe pick it apart a bit, guess maybe type, proof, age, all that good stuff that we're going to do normally and what I actually typically do on here. So we're going to see how this goes. Fingers crossed, man. The last couple that I've done, I haven't actually done too well. So we're going to get back in the swing of things, see if I can nail a couple things and see how it goes. If you're new to our channel, hit that like and subscribe. We're going to kick it off. Cheers. Welcome back, guys. And with no further ado, we're just going to get it rolling. I got my handy dandy box over here with probably about, actually, I think I filled some more of this up. So it's probably about 30 or so samples in here, guys. And we're going to flip this over. And actually, yeah, I think it is actually kind of filled more. So we'll go with something random. Hopefully this is full. Actually, that one doesn't feel full, so let's go with... That really doesn't feel full either. I don't know. Let's find one that feels full. Oh, that feels full. All right. Maybe the other ones were, but who knows? We'll find out at a later date. So I'm going to try to just probably rotate this. This is the thicker side of the label, so I think this is where the label is or the writing of it, but I'll twirl it around for you guys. Hopefully you get to see it. I'm going to flash it here. Hopefully that's visible. I'm not sure how the lighting is, but we're just going to give it like a little turn. And if you guys can't see it, then I guess we're doing it blind together. So let's see. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully it shows what it is, and we're going to dive in. So I'm going to crack this open. Oh, and it actually looks like I drank... Actually, no, I didn't drink much of this. It's pretty much full, so I'm going to pour this out. Caught a whiff of like something really fruity. Let's see. So, initial notes rub me down the way of a bourbon versus rye for sure. Not citrusy, not dilly, not rye forward whatsoever. Actually, I take back the citrus. Slight, but still not rye forward. More barrel proof side of things. Proofy, tingly. It's interesting. Like it gives you like hints that it has age, but at the same time, it gives you some youthful notes as well. So I'm actually not sure going in off the nose. Palate's always a different thing. You know, tasted versus nosing, always pulling a little bit more. So I think as soon as I taste it, I can probably maybe pinpoint a couple things. But off of the nose itself, it's kind of a little deceiving. Like right now, nosing gives me some hints of nice oak and some age, but there's a little bit of that just youngness, not grain forward, but I don't know what the note is that I pull that makes me think youthful, but this has a little bit of that. Let's go on the palate, see how it is. Cheers, my guy. Cheech, Whiskey Encore. Ooh, okay. So that's interesting. First sip doesn't really remind me of anything that I've had in a while. It's distinct, but I'm trying to think of what that note may be that is set and is so far apart from like some of the stuff I've had. Like I would immediately think this is an MGP. I've been drinking a lot of MGP lately, and this doesn't come across that way. It still doesn't come across as a rye, so I'm thinking bourbon. I'm not thinking this is finished. Like it gives me hints of like a Kentucky sourced distillate, but it doesn't seem like the standard ones out there, right? Yeah, your big ones. All those heritage ones out in Kentucky. It doesn't really come across that off the nose, but reminds me of something. It doesn't come across like Tennessee or anything outside of that area. Definitely doesn't come across as MGP, but watch this end up being MGP. The way that I've been doing the last couple blinds, man, this may even be Canada whiskey. So we'll see, man. I'm trying to redeem myself because it's been a bit since I actually picked apart a whiskey pretty good. So we'll see how this goes. Let's take another sip. Yeah, like comes across slightly, has like a nice berry. That's funny because that last sip made me think like MGP. I've been getting a lot of like dark berry citrus, and I got that towards the back end of that, but something in me wants me to say not MGP. I'm gonna say this is some type of barrel proof or cash strength whiskey. We're gonna go with bourbon. I'm gonna say not finished. As much as I get like little berries and citrus now on the palate, I don't think it's finished. I think it's maybe some type of barrel influence that's doing that. We're gonna take one more sip and we're gonna give our final thoughts, pick it apart, and see how I did. Hmm. It reminds me of something. What is that? Hmm. I don't know, but we're gonna throw some guesses out there. I'm gonna say Kentucky based for state. I'm gonna say not finished, guys. In terms of proof, I'm gonna say this is about a one. I'm gonna go with 118 proof. So 118 Kentucky, not finished bourbon. State obviously Kentucky. In terms of distillery, I'm honestly not sure. I don't really want to throw a guess out there because I really, really don't know. And I'm curious to what we're drinking. I'm going to take one more sip. I said one sip ago or one sip a minute ago. Let's take one more, then we'll see what we were drinking, guys. Hmm. It's something that. Oh, there's one note out of all the notes there that gives me a hint of something from MGP. But we're gonna stick with my guns. And I'm probably wrong, guys, and you're probably laughing if you know what this is already. But let's see what we're drinking. We'll do the rundown. Kentucky for state bourbon, not finished, 118 proof. Um, no bottle guess. I think that is it. Age. If I was to think age, if this was age stated, I would probably say about 5 to 6 years, guys. 5 to 6 years gives me a couple notes that makes me think it's a little older, but there's some notes on the nose and on the palate that makes me think otherwise. More so than something that's being or that is pretty well aged. So let's see what it is. I'm curious if you guys haven't seen it. I know you're curious as well. So what were we drinking? Oh shit! Look at that. So I got part of it right. And it's not terrible because Pikesville is Heaven Hill, but it's 51% rye, right? So to mix this up with a bourbon isn't terrible, when 49% of it is corn. I believe, yeah, I think it's 51% rye, 49% corn. But Pikesville, 6 plus years. And this actually, I'm pretty certain is from Jonathan, J.A. Sells, my guy, because you're the one that gave me a sample of this, and I think you're the only one that's given me a sample of it. I remember telling you at the time I didn't care for it much. I will say, going back to it now, it does taste better than what I remember. Still not something that's like great, and I probably should have talked about that while doing it. But the proof actually threw me off, and it might have been that 51% rye, which isn't much, but this is 110 proof, guys. I said 118. It drank a little bit spicier, which is probably some of that rye punch or rye spice. I said 6 to 8 years. It's 6 plus, so I'm right there. I said Kentucky. I said not finished. Those are both correct. I got the type wrong, which is kind of big. Like, this doesn't really taste like a bourbon, but then again, I mean, tastes like a rye, but it's only 51%, right? So mixing that up's not too bad. Proof, I was 8 points off. I think that's the furthest away, in a sense, on this that I've did. So not terrible, not terrible. If it was like a 95% rye and I said bourbon, and that's something. But 51%, that's understandable. To kind of mix it up a bit. So I'm not too mad at that. I actually think that's pretty good. Would have scored a couple points, on our scoring system. So that's not too bad. Hopefully, when we reveal the sample that we drank a little later today on stream, guys, that I did well, because I kind of want to say I went all in on one of them or on the sample that Jeff sent. So we'll see. I either did really, really good or absolutely horrible. So if you want to know how that goes, tune in tonight, guys, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hello again, whiskey friends. We got a couple pours that we're going to be drinking through, along with the advent that we'll be starting off with. So it's going to be a fun night. Got David McAllister, two bros, two bottles, one bros, hopping in, hanging out with us. It's going to be a blast, and I'm excited to see how I did. Hopefully, I'm in the running, but like I said, if I did bad, I did really, really bad. So we shall see. But till next Wednesday, guys, cheers. Thanks for tuning in.